I'm feeling good. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Miss Nigro.
No matter how many times I tell you not to call me Miss Nigro, call me Debbie, you just like calling me Miss Nigro, which is actually quite lovely. It's fine. Are you staying cool, Kathleen?
I'm doing great. And yes, I am
All
staying
right, you sound a
cool.
little lower. Your volume sounds a little lower to me today than usual. Are you close enough to the microphone? Because part of what Kathleen is doing in real time here on my show as an intern is learning how to become a radio talk show and podcast host. And the first order of business is you got to have the right volume. Last week we talked about having the right energy. Now you have to have the right volume. So hopefully you can raise your volume and get a little closer to the mic. Can you do that?
Of course, Miss Nigro.
This is funny. All right. So, what's your report on this week, Kathleen, who is going to every week research the technology world and what is going on for people with disabilities to make their lives easier? What do you got?
Okay, iOS 18 has a new feature called RCS, Rich Communication Service, that makes texting between iPhones and Android devices a whole lot easier.
I did not know you could even text between an Android. Oh, yes, you can. Android and an iPhone, because there are some things that some Androids don't do that iPhones do, and vice versa. But what makes it easier? Do you have any clue?
You bet. The feature lets you send higher quality photos and videos.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere, Kathleen. This is good. And this is great. But is this only for the disabled market, or is this for everybody?
This is for everyone.
Okay, cool.
But there's more.
Okay, of course there's more. I just need you to speak a little louder. Bobby, can you make her volume a little louder on your...
Trying. Let's do what we can do here.
I think, Kathleen, just as a little bit of advice, because that's what we're doing here on the show, somehow, wherever you're positioned, I know Kathleen is also videotaping it for her own show, which is, tell everybody your own show, Kathleen, so they know where to tune in.
My show is called Blind Techie Geek Speaks.
Blind Techie Geek Speaks, because she's a self-proclaimed geek, which is cute, and that's why she's smart. She spends her whole life in, really understanding technology better, because she had to learn things that we didn't. So she has her own radio show, but she likes to videotape as well as part of her whatever she does with me. Wherever you're sitting, and we don't have to fix it today, Kathleen, but for future reference, I'm not getting enough audio power from your voice.
Yes,
Very beautiful.
I turned the volume up.
Oh, good girl. Good thinking.
So I turned it up as much as I can.
Okay, it's better.
Okay, ready?
Voice. Let's let everybody hear it.
Okay, so RCS also lets users text large file attachments, audio messages, improved group chats, and typing indicators.
Very cool. What is it called again exactly? So, because I always need to be reminded when you first come on what you're saying is the name of the new app or whatever it is.
It's called RCS, Rich Communications.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, sometimes we run, it's just in general, people rush past the name of something, and others who are listening be like, what is the name of that again? So you did good. All right. That's, is it something that you would use yourself?
Well, I haven't finished talking about it yet.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so RCS works over both cellular networks and Wi-Fi networks.
Cool.
And here's a little thing I came up with, talking about the feature here. During my testing, the feature works as expected, given this is a beta version of iOS 18.
Very cool.
What I like about RCS on the iPhone is being able to text large files, higher quality photos and videos to my family that have Android devices.
Cool.
I even like the typing indicators as well. And that's RCS in a nutshell.
Okay, wonderful. Sometimes, as you're reading, because I can't see you, and sharing the information, you stop as if I think you're done. So I go
No,
to
I just take a pause. And then continue on because you have to pause at the end of the sentences and then start over.
Maybe I should learn from you that I should pause at the end of my sentences more.
Because then if you keep going on and on, it's like a run-on.
Yes, trust me, I'm the queen of the run-on sentence.
And I don't like that. It's not great.
Conversation on the air. I'm over here teaching you how to be a talk show host. Sometimes if the pause is too long, people think you're done, and then you continue on and people step over each other in a conversation. So maybe just speed it up a hair.
Okay.
And a new thought.
Okay.
This is education. You're educating me and I'm educating you.
Why, thank you.
Thank you.
And here's another thing I'm discussing about on the show. To all you future DJs out there, if you want to make your radio host dreams come true, well, there's an app for that. It's called Stationhead.
Very good. Oh, yes. That's wonderful. Isn't that what you use?
Yep, I haven't finished yet. Stationhead is an app that lets you live stream music and turn your favorite playlists into an internet radio station.
Great. That's great. And I'm excited you found it for your own purposes and are able to share that with others who might aspire, because it's not always easy getting on a radio station. And now the digital world has made it so that you can have, access and share your gift with many people through digital technology.
Well, let me continue on here. In order to play music on Stationhead, you have to have either an Apple Music subscription or a Spotify Premium subscription.
So they want you to subscribe and pay to have the privilege. Okay, that's fine.
And here's more. You can go live with the app, respond to comments from your listeners, and share the link to your show on social media.
Very cool.
And here's one more here. Stationhead is a great app, and it's free.
Well, I'm going to make sure everybody knows.
And the reason why Stationhead is good for me is because I can practice my DJ skills, and I have the experience of running a radio station from the comfort of home.
I think you're going to be a star.
Thank you. Stationhead is user-friendly for anyone to use. It works well with voiceover. And here's a little piece at the end here. To summarize it all up, Stationhead is an app that gives you the ability to become a radio DJ in real time.
Well, it's exactly what you're doing. And again, every week I learn something from you that I didn't know before, which is what you're supposed to be doing as my intern here in the summertime that we've agreed to. If you're just tuning in, that's Kathleen Ann Masciana. She's my intern this summer. She's a very interesting, young, smart, driven woman who aspires to be a talk show host and a radio personality, doing a great job. She has to work around not being able to see, like many of us are, can see. So Kathleen doesn't let that get in her way. She has all kinds of things to help her figure it out in her world, like a Braille computer. And what else? What other things do you use, Kathleen, that keep your flow going during the day when you're working?
Well, I use an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac computer, you name it.
Well, obviously, you're all hooked up over there. My friends, if you're just hearing Kathleen for the first time, her show is called Blind Techie Geek Speaks. My kind of risk it or regret it gal. She's a beta tester for Apple. She tests pre-release software to see if there are any bugs or issues before software debuts. And She aspires to be a radio and podcast talk show host, so she's doing her internship this summer with me, Debbie Nigro. In real time, I forced her to do this, and every week she has to show up. We can prove to the teachers she showed up. All right, Kathleen, have a great rest of your day.
I'll see you next week, Ms. Nigro.
Okay, bye-bye, Kathleen.
Bye.
I feel like Aunt B from the Andy Griffith Show, but that's okay. That makes me smile. All right, back with one.